So this is going to be my Padlet creation for module number 7, sexuality, and I'm going to talk about some things that I learned after reading Millennials, Sex, and the Economy, which is interesting read. One of the first things I learned is that I'm a millennial. I fit into that category. I heard the term tossed around. I just never, Gen Z and all that, I never cared to figure out which one I was in. So I'm a millennial. So one of the first things that caught my eye in it was the fact that they were saying studies show that millennials, despite what people think, are actually having less sex and abstaining or holding off longer before losing their virginity than everybody else, apparently. I know that that's personally true for me, but I didn't know that across the board for everybody who's in the same category as me as a millennial was in the same boat or choosing that same type of lifestyle. And okay, so then one of the things that I liked, it said we're having less sex as millennials, but we appear to have a better understanding of our sexuality and sexual identity than previous generations. Which, I mean, definitely makes sense. We're in that age group where we, for the most part, are, we're much more progressive. We've seen tons of changes, and especially with social media being as prevalent as it is, it's given people an outlet to be more of who they actually are, or it's actually given them the ability to hold a phone in their hand and see other people in other places in the world that live the same type of lifestyle that they do. And I think that that helps people with being more comfortable with who they are. So why are we engaging in less sex? Some blame easy access to porn, which makes people not want to put forth effort to actually go out and meet people. And I mean, I guess that could be true. It's possible. Some blame the rise in STDs. I mean, that's a pretty valid point. That's something that hits home with me. Another thing they said is the article suggested that millennials are simply having better sex and prefer to have sex with someone that they have a deep attraction to. And for me personally, that's at home. That's 100% the right answer. So then we're talking about sociologists say that social forces in particular, especially in the economy, have influenced romantic relationships among millennials. And yeah, that's true. That's I know for myself personally that is true. I know that at least in the field that I work in, the majority of the women that I'm around are more educated than me. They make lots more money than I do. And so I know for myself personally, I mean, that's the largest group of women that I'm around. One of the reasons I'm taking this class is so that I can advance myself financially and socially and feel like I'm in a place where I am financially stable, because I live in the Bay, and it's, despite how much I work, I'm always broke, it seems like. So I'm trying to put myself into a better position to where not only can I take care of myself, but actually be able to take care of a significant other. So the economy definitely plays a part in it, at least for myself personally. So I can relate to what they're saying. Millennials participating in hookup culture is largely a myth. We're more likely to delay not just sex, but marriage, dating, and childbearing. And for me, that is 100% true. 100% true. I've never engaged in hookup culture. Never. I'm a dude, so yeah, sex is great, and I have testosterone and everything, but for me personally, I prefer to be intimate with somebody that I'm in a committed relationship with, and that I feel like, just somebody that I'm in a committed relationship with, somebody that I care about, and then, what was the other reading where they were talking about college campuses and how there's so much pressure, especially in the first year, to be a part of hookup culture, and it was pretty sad. I've never bought into that, and it's unfortunate that all of the youth that are coming up are being subjected to having to go through that. But I've never been a part of hookup culture. I prefer, like it said before, to be with somebody that I have a deep attraction to, and yeah, that's about it. It's for me, sex is something that you have when you're in a committed relationship with a partner. Same thing is that many millennials report they don't have the resources to marry or raise children. They have student loans. There's a high cost of living. Another thing that hit home, which isn't necessarily true for me, is they said that a reason that millennials are having less sex is because I think it's at 40% of college graduates, when they graduate, are moving back in with their parents at home. And I could definitely see how that might affect your love life. I'm older now, so I live alone, but when I first moved down here to the Bay Area, I was living with my aunt and uncle, and I still wasn't participating in hookup culture, but I was younger, and I was trying to date and, maybe get my feet out in the water, but it really, living with my aunt and uncle and not having my own place, it was actually tough. Like, it was pretty tough. And then there was a time I was dating a girl, and I didn't want to tell her I'm living with my aunt and uncle, so I'm like, oh yeah, my roommates, like, they don't like people coming over. So I can definitely, oh sorry, it said 25% of college students after college go back home. So it was a really interesting read, and it made a lot of sense to me because I can relate to a lot of it, and I can also see how, from the female's perspectives, a lot of women are foregoing having children or getting married in lieu of going to school and getting into the career that they want to and getting themselves established. And so yeah, all of this stuff in the millennial sex and the economy reading resonated with me, and I think it made perfect sense.